That's not as good. This is not good, 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 this is not good!
Welcome to Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning.
I like how Baldi was on the bottom, like giving the YouTuber shocked face in reaction to me being hand-delivered to him by that guy.
Hello there, Ryan from the Frogman YouTube, and I'm trapped in school. I was brought in after hours to do a little bit of extra credit, and knowing how valuable they are into the college ecosystem, I had to agree, no matter how cryptic the warnings were. I was told that I'd be doing fun math problems, and challenging math problems, and not very challenging math problems, and just math problems, and I think this teacher is a lot like this Baldi person that I've been hearing about. Which kind of works very well for me, because if I know how to navigate my way through Baldi's Basics, I'm sure this person will be no problem. But I've never played Baldi's Basics. This may come as breaking news for some people, but not everybody gets to play all the games they can all the time. And with cult hit games like Baldi's Basics that flash out of nowhere and disappear just as soon, you can be forgiven for people not taking an interest into actually playing it. More accurately, the interest comes into people watching that playthrough and reacting on how bullshit it is.
Welcome to Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. That's me.
Fuck you, you green tube. To clear any confusion on what I'm reviewing, Baldi's Basics was a game jam project that got a lot of traction in the year of 2018. Now, why am I reviewing this when I should be reviewing modern games as per my agreement? You see, this version of Baldi's Basics Remastered was released this year, while the base and plus versions were released in previous years. Alright? You got it? Please don't fail me, Alex. Going into the game, we are greeted with a faux game launcher, reminding me of those Books to Life games back in the early 2000s. Honestly, I kinda like this direction. Taking the idea of the poor graphics of an early learning-based game and revolving the style around that, it's kind of interesting. But I suppose I should get into the meat and potatoes of the game. You play as the player getting note boos at Baldi's school, and he challenges you to solve math problems in exchange for getting the note boos. The problems are very simple, with Baldi awarding you an item and a tutorial on how to use that item. You move on to the next set of problems and...
Plus equals...
Oh yeah, it's spooky time. Back in the day, this game was advertised as a submersive horror game that preyed upon people thinking it was just a silly, crappy learning game, and upending that expectation with the subtle horror of ruler smacks, I guess. These days, that facade drop is a little lost because everybody knows what Baldi's is, and anybody seeking out Baldi's knows exactly what they're getting into. But what are we getting into if it's not an intentionally crappy learning game, and it's not a particularly good horror game? No. Oh my god. It's an endurance test. Once the hat drops on the facade and you get used to the slaps of Baldi, one realizes that there are loads of other characters to keep track of, and each one of them moves around the map doing their own quirky thing. It just so happens that their quirky thing seems focus tested to be the most aggravating set of characters known to game mechanics. You've got the bully, who blocks your path unless you forfeit an item, already pretty bad. You've also got the jump rope girl, who stops your movement to jump rope 5 times before you can run. You've got the principal stick up his ass, who sees you down a hall that's a mile long and won't let you run anywhere or even use items around him. And only then do we have the more neutral parties like First Prize, who will push you down a hall he sees you in, or Gotta Sweep, who occasionally busts out of the janitor's closet to sweep around all the characters and you. And, you know, sometimes those two seem like they'll be very helpful, but they somehow find ways to bone you over pretty well. What has happened? Oh! No, you idiot!
Ah, let's get gonna be like that, isn't it? Game on!
I can't think of another game that has such a simple concept, yet is so infuriatingly hard like this game. It might be because it all seems so possible, but when you get going, all that happens is damn it, damn it!
One can only game so hard before you know you have to quit. I mean, I've seen playthroughs of this game. I know what comes next. I just get a splash screen telling me that I beat it, and that's not going to be something that I want to work for. Sure, they've added some new modes where you can now get mirrored after beating the classic, but this isn't Mario Kart. I'm not going to spend my time trying to get something that looks functionally identical. Quite frankly, Baldi's Basics is a recipe for frustration. You have a very simple goal to reach for, and you know you're able to do it, and it's just barely within reach. However, with the mechanics that Baldi has, along with all of the other characters, it becomes way harder than it should be. And a lot of that is exacerbated by the characters working very well in tandem with each other just to screw you over. Even the ones that are meant to help you become a huge hindrance if they're placed in the wrong place in the wrong time. But to be fair to this developer, this was made in a game jam where they were given approximately about a weekend or 24 hours to complete it. Like I said before, this game isn't really meant to be played. It's really only meant for the viewers who watch other people play them. I don't expect anybody wanting to play this game and enjoy themselves. The only people who I can see getting novel enjoyment out of this would be people who watch their YouTube idols play the game way long back ago when it was still fresh. And even back then, the mechanics were super janky and not very well conveyed, leading to even more frustration for the person playing. Yes, it's entertaining for us to watch, but as a gaming experience, it's just a flash in the pan. Overall, Baldi's will just be a flash in the pan of internet history, fated to fall into obscurity when compared against any other franchise that has actual effort put into it. I may never know why Baldi has such staying power with younger audiences, and personally, I don't want to think about it too much, because I already have waking nightmares of walking down the hall and getting a yard across the ass from an unapproving teacher. I swear I'll turn in my assignments, alright?